Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I'm coming to you with a What I Read This Week video. So this is for the first week of December, December 1st through the 7th, and I finished 4 books this week. Now, originally I had said that I was going to be starting the Read What You Own challenge in the month of December. I'm actually holding that off now till January. Not because I've bought stuff, but because my TBR has changed. I'm going to talk about this in a video on Wednesday, so stay tuned. But for now, the Read What You Own challenge is on hold. And I will be starting that on the 1st of January. 1st of January, new year, new start. Very excited. So I did finish 4 books this week, so let me go ahead and talk about them. Actually, let me lean over. Hold on, and let me grab the 2 that I have physically. So they're just back here. Sorry, guys, for reaching. We're so professional here, aren't we? Anyway, so the first book that I finished this week was The Holiday Honeymoon Switch by Julia McKay. Sorry for my hair. It needs to be cut. This I listened to actually on Audible, and I gave it 4 stars. It was narrated by Brittany Presley. So this is they're calling it The Holiday Meets the Unhoneymooners. So it's about 2 best friends, and the story starts with the prologue where they meet each other. Their names are Holly and Ivy, and they met by chance at a party in college, and they've been best friends ever since. And Holly is getting married, and the night before her wedding, her fiance breaks up with her. So what happens is that the 2 girls decide to switch their Christmas holidays. So Ivy goes on Holly's honeymoon, and Holly goes to Ivy's remote cabin in the Hudson Valley in upstate New York for 2 weeks. And both of them, have romances and all these things. It was super, super cute. I really liked it. I liked, not only were the relationships themselves, like the romances were very well done, but the friendship between Holly and Ivy is what I really, really enjoyed in this entire book. I thought it was really cute, really sweet, very Christmassy. If you get a chance to pick it up, it's got kind of the best of both worlds where you get the warm, sunny, tropical Christmas along with like the cold winter upstate New York, lots of snow type Christmas. So, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah, and it was good on audio. I like Brittany Presley as a narrator. She did a really good job. The next one I finished was Dawn on the Impossible 3 by Ann M. Martin. BSC book number 5. I read that on my Kindle. I gave it 4 stars. Babysitters Club book. I'm not going to say any more than that. The next one that I finished after that was Moonlight, Menorahs, and Mistletoe by Wendy Warren. This is the first book in the Holiday Oregon series, and I read it on my Kobo, and I gave it 4.5 stars. So this is a Harlequin special edition novel, and this is not at all what I was expecting when I went into it. I was expecting a cute, fun, little Hanukkah-type story, and, well, it did feature Hanukkah, which is great. I really liked that. This story had a lot going on, and a lot of things that may be difficult for some people to read about. I'm talking some very heavy topics. The problem is, though, in talking about them, I don't want to give away too much of the story itself. So what I can say, so this is the story about Eden and Gideon. And Eden has lived in Holiday, Oregon, for a long, long time. And she's single, and Gideon is new to town. He's the new doctor in town. And Eden has had her sights set on this gentleman named Brandon who lives in town. She is convinced the 2 of them are going to be perfect together, and she pines over him for most of the novel. But then, some stuff happens between her and Gideon, basically. But she has a backstory where something happened to her when she was younger, and it altered not only her life, but her appearance. And she has kind of struggled with that her entire life, along with many, many doctor's appointments. She would basically, I don't want to give too much away, but she was in a car accident that resulted in massive, massive scarring throughout most of her torso, her legs. So she's always kind of been very self-conscious about that. And, which is understandable. And then there's Gideon. He has, and again, I don't want to give his away, but what can I say? Doctor-assisted suicide. That's what I'm going to say. I mean, that's how dark this book, and I'm not saying that that's a dark topic. I mean, it's a topic that I think should be discussed, but for a novel as that, you look at this one and you think, oh, this is light and airy, that is definitely a topic that comes up in this book. So just forewarning, it was really cute. I did enjoy the story itself. I felt the relationship between Gideon and Eden to be very quick, which is why it didn't get a 5-star from me. But other than that, I mean, the story was amazingly well written. The characters were complex. I really, really liked it. Sadly, this was only a 2-book series. The second book is about Eden's best friend, Nikki, and I am looking forward to getting to it. But yeah, this is not a light and fluffy Christmas story, or holiday story, excuse me. But it does deal with, I do like the representation of Hanukkah in this book and how much it's discussed. So that, it's nice to read that because you get overwhelmed, I think, with Christmas books. But it's really nice to get other winter holidays in the mix, and I did enjoy this one quite a bit. And the last book, this is going to be a shorter video today, you guys, and the last book that I finished was The Christmas Countdown by Holly Cassidy. This is, I listened to this one on Audible as well. I gave it 3.5 stars, and it was narrated by Amy Hall. So this one was cute. It was very, very Christmassy. So this is about a woman named Callie who, less than a year earlier before Christmas, was dumped by her the guy that she'd been with for a decade. They'd known each other since they were children. They grew up next door to each other. Their mothers were best friends. Like, you know the story, right? And they moved from where they lived in Virginia to this small town in New York. And then he proceeded to dump her. They work for the same company, so they see each other every day. And now he's with somebody new. And she is in a funk. She doesn't care about Christmas. She doesn't want to go home for Christmas. She just doesn't. She stopped caring. So her older sister has decided trying to push her out of her bubble. And she creates this Christmas countdown advent calendar that every other day there's a task. Like, on say day 1, she gets a gift, and on day 2, there's a task. And it goes back and forth like that. So the first task, they have to go pick out a Christmas tree for the apartment, the 2 sisters. And she ends up meeting Marco by chance. Callie meets Marco. And the 2 of them kind of start this banter, friend relationship. Over the course of the book, he kind of helps her with some of these tasks. And they start a relationship. It was really, really cute. It was very, very, very Christmassy. And that's what I really, really liked about it. It wasn't anything overtly spectacular, which is why it got 3.5 stars. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was a fun read, and I thought it was a really fun Christmas book, but it wasn't anything that knocked my socks off. If you get a chance to read it, pick it up, but it's not one I would necessarily say, hunt it out, you have to read it this holiday season. But if you do want something that is going to give you that all the Christmas feels, this is definitely something that fits the bill. Now, I did not read The Christmas Wager by this author. That came out last year. And I know Bea over at Mama Loves to Read Romance, she said she preferred that one over this one. So I can't speak on that as, again, I haven't read that one. So eventually, hopefully I will get to it, but I did like this author's writing. I liked the characters. The story was great. And again, it was very, very Christmassy. Really enjoyable, 3.5 stars. So guys, that's all that I read this week. 4 books. I'm pretty impressed with that. And like I said in my vlog, if you were watching it, my TBR has kind of been demolished, and I am just kind of reading on a whim now. And I'm currently reading The Holiday Clause by Anne Einerson. This is a Kindle Unlimited book. Best Friend's Older Brother. Sweet and spicy. I've seen. So we shall see. I'm only into the prologue. I'm filming this on Sunday. So yeah, I will talk more about my TBR and my reading plans for December and how they have changed in a video coming up on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section below, have you read any of these books and what did you think about them? And until my next video, everybody, take care. Happy reading. Bye, everybody.